Hello, Hobby Fam. This is Kedrick, Ked Kaboom on Twitter, doing another video. It's been a long time, but had some good things happen this week, and just wanted to get another video out there and talk about a few things. Today we're gonna, I'm gonna explain this thing that I call Lisigi. I know some of you have seen it. Some of you asked, what is that? I think Ben thinks it's a dog I have or something. But, I'm kind of going to go through that. And also I got some pretty cool mail day from Scotty K, Minuteman Scott, just out of the blue. And really excited to get that open as well and show you guys what's in there. So I'm sure it's something good, but it just kind of goes along with, what I'm about and everything. So welcome to Fam Field. Some of you have been around for a long time. I've seen the changes and everything I've done on this table. I had somebody ask, why Fam Field? Why do you call it that and stuff? And, the big thing is just I love this game of football. And, I'm sitting around with this Texas Hold'em table that really doesn't get a whole lot of use. It just sat in my man cave, so to speak. And, so I got this idea to turn it into a football field. Since I've moved, I've had to remove some stuff and just haven't got it to a comfortable spot yet to where I'll build it back up. I've got a lot of my Titan collections out here. I've got names on the walls back there of a lot of you guys that I've met on Twitter and talked to, and that's going to continue to grow. But no, I love this game of football, so I thought, what a better place to share collections and show you guys things. So, Lisigi. Lisigi really came from, my desire and my feelings about this hobby. I mean, it just keeps getting better and better. Basically, it stands for love it, share it, and grow it. I love the hobby. I love to share the hobby. And as far as growing it, it's just grown this great family in this hobby, and that's pretty much what it is. And it's just something that whenever I'm doing anything for this hobby, if I'm up at Ben's, just going through watching videos or breaks and such, I take note of things. I look for new guys in the hobby that are just coming back and experience what I did just a short year and a half ago, 2 years ago. When I got back into this hobby was, wow, how did it change? What's new? Don't go to Walmart or Target and spend hundreds of dollars trying to get, stuff that we could years ago. And so that purpose of mine really is just to get to know people in the hobby. Eventually maybe meet a lot of you some days. It was great at the Nationals meeting so many people that I've talked to for so long, but actually I've never met in person. It was the best part of Nationals. So just a few things we're going to go through. I'm going to show you some examples of some of my favorite cards and why. And then I've also got some, all you guys with the Midwest Box Break family, I've mentioned it a few times. I've got just a ton of packages that are going to go out in your guys' mail days. Not sure how I'm going to distribute them yet, but I've got team packs. I've got rookie packs that are going to go out. There's old Luke, some J.J. Watt. It's a great card, but man, I'd rather have someone else enjoy it. So I've got, I think 40 rookie packs, and then I've got some quarterback packs to just have some quarterbacks over the years and stuff. But man, that's just the enjoyment I get, is watching new people. Seeing who they collect. I always take note. I take screenshots of YouTube videos that I'll watch when I don't get to catch them live, of just new people and what was said and who they like and everything. So it's been nice being more involved with Ben on that. So some of these cards, and this is something I do as well. It's a thing where, I don't want to forget where stuff came from and stuff. So I remember back in the day when I got my first break with the boys at Buck City Breaks, I had gotten a break. I think it was the Colts that I chose. And I don't think I got a single card out of it, but I also bought into another break. And then, someone like me, I used to enjoy the Raiders. They always frustrated me. And a lot of it was just because Notre Dame players seemed to always gravitate towards that team. My first football game that I ever watched was when Rick Meyer quarterbacked for him. I think it was the year after Gannon took him to the Super Bowl, maybe. And Tim Brown was playing. I went up to Detroit and watched him. They won. Pretty boring game, though. It was a pretty low score. But, that's kind of why I watched them. And so I've always had this love-hate relationship with Raiders for a long, long time. The Titans are just a team that I just found myself watching more and more. And just when I watch highlights or anything else, they're the first team I watch and stuff. So that's where, some of the PCs come. But the reason I brought up the Raiders was, I've got a little backstory about just a joke, not necessarily a running joke, but just how I use that in the beginning of Fan Field. And that's just kind of revolves around Derek Carr a little bit. But so some of these cards, I've got these great looking cards back there. Okay, I've got 1 of 5s. I've got some 1 of 2s. Back here, this card, Billy Cannon back there. That was given to me, but it's also the oldest card I have. 1964, I think it is. But it's not so much a who it is and everything. It's like somebody gave that to me. And on the back of it, I do have marked what. So like this is my very first card that I got from Buck City Breaks in a break. My first ever patch. And I thought that was so cool. And the card looks great. But, I always put these on the back. It's the first card from BCB. This card right here, it's Titans, Oilers, Warren Moon, love it. But no, it's the reason I love it so much is because Ben just gave it to me. Or this one here, Jerome Kersey, which I've got his jersey now too. That a great guy out there said, hey, you may want to snag this thing I'm doing online real quick. You're going to love it. And I got it, and he sent me a dang jersey. It was great. But this was important. I got a note. It's a Secret Santa gift. And he talks about what he put on here. Let me take it off here real quick. He said he was a big fan of Kersey growing up for some reason. Thought his neighbor was a Titans fan. And it's funny because my story's kind of like that too. My first love was the Expos, and it was Andre Dawson. And it was just because I seen a game and I fell in love with their uniforms at 10 years old because it was red, white, and blue. And then I find out later they're from Canada. But notes you guys send, anything else, if it's small, I tape it to the back of the card. Because that's what I enjoy most. Cards like this. Peyton Hillis. I seen this card in my collection one day, and I'm like, man, who is that? So I just YouTubed him. And my gosh, what a story. I mean, this is a story of a guy who could have been something. To me, I just got the impression you let the politics of football be more important than actually just the love of the game. And I wrote myself a note on there. I said, always watch his story on YouTube. He's basically, I put on there, he's a could have been. And he said, I put there why you don't give up. Because you end up, missing out on something like what I feel he did. And this last one, and William Carter, I know you're going to get a chuckle or embarrassment when you see this, but, this is one of the funniest backstories I've ever had on a card, and it's why I will always keep it. And it's not so much the story, it's what William did. William Carter I've known on Twitter for a while, and, he's a big Colts fan. And, just out of the blue one day, he gets a hold of me, and I think it's because I don't know if he knew I was like on the way there, but he was going to a Colts training camp, and it was Fan Appreciation Day, and you can get free autographs. And he, out of the blue, just got a hold of me, told me what he was doing, and just asked, "Hey, you got any Colts cards you want signed?" And I was like, "Well, heck yeah!" And so I'm sitting there. What he doesn't know is I'm sitting there looking through my collection. I pulled out like 11 or 12 different cards, and all of a sudden I got upset. I was like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" and the reason is I was just thinking about things that I don't like about the hobby, and that's, the autographs and what this is and that. So I pulled out 2 cards, and the reason the first card I pulled out is I knew someone else in the hobby PCs the Colts, and it was Funches, and so I had that one taken for the sole purpose to know I'm going to give it away to somebody. And then there was this one. One of my favorite card sets is 2014 Prestige in football. And the story behind it is we see an autograph behind this, right back here. And I put on there William Carter, Hobby Heart, the auto story. And what it is he went down there, and I guess when they get autographs there, you're sitting in front, they're just kind of sitting at tables, they're out of uniform or practice uniforms, and you'll walk by and the guys will sign it. Well, Eric Ebron was sitting at a table with another player, and the way William said it was when he came back, he was all apologetic and stuff. And when he told me, I was just chuckling because it is just so stinking funny. And I think he did this to his card as well, but he sets us down on the table for an autograph, and it's actually one of the other players grabs the card and signs it. That's not even Eric's autograph. And I get it, because I can, from being at the Nationals and being in front of, a celebrity or someone you love watching and stuff, you just kind of overwhelmed a little bit that you don't pay attention to it. But man, it is so funny. I'm actually happy this happened, because I'm going to keep this forever and just get a chuckle out of it. So that's, to me, that's what, I came up with Lisigi because it's just like, man, it's just cool. It's kind of dorky, but that's me. If any of you have seen any of my videos, and go watch them, man, they're just so funny. Sometimes I'll rewatch them and go, what the heck was I doing? And just from a standpoint of it's that bad. But, so yeah, so I'm, that's what it is, man. I love this hobby. I love everything about it. Not necessarily so much the cost, but it's just a thing where, man, just stuff shows up randomly, or it allows me to just think of other people a lot, and that just brings a lot of joy in my life. So, all right, so there we go. Those in the family, I'm going to be over at Ben's tomorrow doing the shipping. He said you better be free all day. I'm like, okay, not a problem. We'll get all those shipped out. So we're going to open up this box from Minuteman Scotty. He sent me this big old box here. No idea what's in it. It's kind of funny. It says 0 sugar, low carbs, and low calories. And I'm like, well, that doesn't sound exciting. Must be full of 1990 Pro Set cards. But I'm going to open this baby up. And no, Ben, I'm not going to cut my fingers off. All right. Let's see what's in this baby. I got a card here. Dude, really? Oh, man, there's going to be some sweet stuff in here. All right. Happy holidays. Many thanks, Minuteman Scott. Minuteman Tickets. Ked Kaboom. Merry Christmas, brother. Hope it's a great one. Josh signed it too. Minuteman Raquel. Great guys. Scott and Josh were the very first people I've ever broke cards with in a card shop before. I know he's got it on his Twitter from quite a while ago. I think it was February last year. It was just so much fun. Merry Christmas, buddy. Hope to catch up some Not a problem, Scott. You know, give me a holler anytime, man. I'll work a date. I'll get over there and break some cards with you, or we can meet halfway or whatever. Anytime. Met Scott and Josh at the Nationals as well. Just great guys, man. All right. Well, happy holidays for Minuteman Tickets. And another one. And actually, this is the second letter I've ever gotten from him like this. I've got some framed, all the ones I've ever gotten as well. Dude, you're one of the absolute best in the industry, and your selflessness challenges me and many others to better ourselves. Man. What we sent you here absolutely deserves and fits in ways better at the car lot. That's funny. I'll tell you about the car lot. Then it does in my closet. Keep being you. Look forward to seeing you next time we can rip together. May it be in Columbus or Fort Wayne. Or halfway, Scott, man. It doesn't matter. Appreciate all you do for the hobby and helping Ben out, too. It's always nice to see your notes in the packaging. And you not taking my Titans card home. Nah, I'd never do that. But, boy, I sit there and look at them sometimes. As if they got lost in the mail. Anywho, hope you have a great holiday and Happy New Year. Man, you too, Scott, and Josh, and all of you out there. And have a great Christmas here, so. I see a jersey down here. Try not to know who it is yet. I didn't look at the numbers. I kind of think I know what team it is. And guys, if you need tickets for anything, just call him. I get the impression he enjoys you just calling him up and see what he wants. Anything across the country, sports, concert, theater. But we got some packs here. So 2013 Topps Platinum. Cool. Love Topps football. They're my favorite. Wish they did it. Still. Okay. Good old 1990 score. Ooh, got some car. Oh, look at that. Sent me another car. Nice Derrick Henry there. And we'll get the rest of these. All right. And the other thing, other than the Titans that I do PC, is my birthday is February 22nd, 1972. 2/22/72. And I've always just collected cards that have uniform numbers of my birthdays, of my birthday numbers. So even, Derrick Henry had a 2 in college, and then he became a 22. So, and then fall in love with the Titans a little bit. It's like that, it just seemed fitting. All right, it's Doug Martin. Yep, another 2. Lots of 2s and 22s here. I got some more cars. Oh, that's great. And I always need a good supply of those. It's been a while since I did what I used to do when I started. I'm going to have to get back to that. But those are hard ones. I broke out some of my own 22s here and 72s. And what I do is I don't go searching out what players wore those uniforms. It's just when I open up a pack or look through my cards, I like coming across them, discovering them. Like this one was just recently. These people have worn those jersey numbers. Yeah, I had no idea. This was just like, I think I actually got this out of a pack I bought at the Nationals. I'm like, no way, he was a 72. McCaffrey, Tony Nathan. So yeah, Jacob Hester. Of course, Emmitt Smith is going to be a 22. Refrigerator Perry. Oh, Dan Dierdorf was a 72. Didn't know that till this last year. So yeah, that continues to grow. I have about 75, 80 cards in that collection. Well, thanks, Scott. I'm going to do these packs in a different video. I want to see what this is in here. Oh. Oh my gosh, man. Dude. It makes me chuckle right now, Scott, because it's just been something so funny that I do, and I've done in the past, and you guys, some of you know my history with this. Man, thanks, Scott. Oh, that's freaking awesome. Like I said, I had this love-hate relationship for the Raiders, and when I first got back in the hobby, I was the one who went down to Walmart and everything. And I started buying a lot of cards, and it just seemed like Derek Carr was everywhere. And I ended up with like 75, 80 cards with him on it. And so when I would send stuff out or I'd crack a joke on Twitter, if you guys look at some of my early Twitters or tweets on Twitter, you'll see like little teeny mates with captions I've taped above their heads. And it's always funny. It's got some card joke in there somewhere. And I just thought, when I started selling cards, I actually have a parking lot that fits over this, 32 parking spots. And I called it the Carr Lot, C-A-R-R, because I always thought, well, you know what? If he's not going to do anything for the Raiders, he might as well be a car salesman. And so I would always send a Derek Carr to somebody. People would open mail, and sometimes I didn't even put my name on it. They just saw the Derek Carr card on there, and they knew it was me. And even though it's not like I search out and watch the Raiders, that's great. Wow, that's awesome. All right, let's do these. Let's get these open. Because man, is this not fun? No matter what it is. Ernest Wilford from the Jags. Tiki Barber. Willie Parker. Maurice Stovall. Topps rookie. Class of 2006. That's sweet. Greg Jennings as well. Awesome. Let's get the old score ones. Brad Muster, Eddie Murray, Joey Browner, Carl Mecklenburg. Ooh, I almost thought that was a 72. And see, this is how I find those. Oh, these are cool. Got a lot of those. Little trivia cards. Vince Newsom, Ken O'Brien, Tom Everett, Greg Bell, Donald, can't pronounce it, Mark Rippon, Hot Gun, Christian Okoye, Josh Freeze, rookie, Jim Sweeney, Ralph Maceno, Gil Bird. There's a 22. And see, this is how I come across these. I don't have this either. Cool, another 22. All right, Topps Platinum. Eli Manning. Jimmy Graham, beast of a player. I liked watching him play. Frank Gore. And we got a Jonathan Hankins rookie. Awesome. All right, last one here. Got some 2015 score, Zach Ertz. And I actually like this set. There's a ton of variant cards in here. I've got quite a few of them. Jason Witten, Frank Gore, Anthony Dixon, Roy Helu Jr., Jeremy Maclin. That's a scorecard. Andrew Luck, Kevin Johnson rookie, Todd Gurley rookie, Amir Abdullah rookie. There you go, Lions fan. Dan Hampton, Gridiron Kings, team leaders, the Eagles. All right, Scott. Well, thank you, man. Love that. We'll get in touch, and we are going to get together soon. Here in a few months, I'm gonna get on the road. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna get around and visit some people. Mindy and Smash over at Rippin' Gypsy, I'm coming. Mikey B, just pick a date and I'm there. You know, all you guys. So, all right, that's the end of the video. It's going to be a long one to watch. Hope you can bear through it. Have a Merry Christmas.